having a job can be dangerous, you know, because those without jobs just might get jealous. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the situation here, but we got an AT&T worker that gets assaulted by having somebody bust some shots at him, and things get a little weird. All right, let's just jump right into this, man. Let's figure it out together. What's going down, everybody? It's your boy. We back for another one. Like I just said in that intro, man, we got a AT&T worker that is minding his own business, trying to do his 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, and get paid, put ends meet on the table, and somebody's got other plans on their mind. They try to bust him, they bust some shots at him. Let's just figure out why, man, because I really don't know why, and it's just such an odd thing to do when somebody's just minding their business, doing their job, you know what I mean? Maybe his phone got turned off. That's what it was. It got suspended. He didn't have the money to pay his bill. He ain't got a job. See, double reason to get upset. AT&T worker, because maybe he got AT&T, right? His phone got shut off. This dude got a job. He don't. You know what I mean? Maybe that's it. Anyway, shout out to Midwest Safety. The original links in the description down below. Let's go.
Ohio. Before they can apprehend the suspect, officers speak to the AT&T worker and the house owner he was working at to get the full story and to discover the suspect's whereabouts.
My little shaking, but I'm okay.
Where did it happen?
Basement. I was cornered in the basement. Like, he kept looking at me funny the whole time I walked through the door, and I didn't think nothing of it. You know, I went down to start working, and I'm cornered in the basement, and I hear a loud shot. And, you know, I start ducking, and I hear him run up the stairs. Okay. And that's all I know.
Okay, you weren't struck or nothing, right?
No, I wasn't hit.
Okay.
Would you be willing to
Bro.
do the for him?
See, you out here just real doing your
let me
job
call
and
my manager,
busting shots at you in a basement?
Correct?
That's my grandson.
Your grandson?
My grandson.
He did leave the house, correct?
Yeah, he did.
About how long ago?
Oh, grandma ain't playing that shit. She said it's my grandson.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was his badass.
He went that way.
Said about 15, 20 minutes ago, left towards the park.
I thought it was a firecracker. I didn't know what it was.
You said about 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Do you know if the firearm is still here?
No, I mean, I didn't even know. No, it's not here. Not here. He never had it.
Did you hear anything shot or anything?
Yeah, I did. I said, oh, what was that?
Okay.
Right.
Are we able to come in to where you shot at?
Yeah, you can come in.
The officers discover the homeowner where the shooting took place is the suspect's own grandmother. Due to him still being on the loose and possibly armed, he is an extreme danger to the surrounding public. They attempt to get information about where he might be from the grandmother.
Man, does he drive? Does he have a vehicle?
He doesn't have, no.
Are you sure he left the house?
Oh, yeah, he's gone. He stayed here. Look,
What's his name?
his name is Mark.
Mark
Thomas.
Mark Thomas. Grandma giving it all. She gonna give your social security number, bro.
Because he smokes marijuana. And I think that he said that he smokes marijuana because he's got glaucoma.
Is he got
Issues or anything
glaucoma?
like
See,
that?
that's what right here is where I heard it. I said, oh, what was that? He said, gunshot.
Did he shoot upwards, downward? I mean, do we know that?
It looked like he shot through a duck.
He did, oh my God, shot through the duck. Look at that.
Kind of point me at it. So you saw him run, right?
He walked.
He walked right across the tree lawn, so you didn't see if he crossed the street or if he...
No.
Okay. 5-1 all units. Call it in, see which way he
Bro,
went
that's
exactly.
crazy.
Just
I
that he
couldn't
went
imagine
towards
just
the
be trying to
park.
do my job.
Even with a
and get-
20-minute time delay,
have
officers
somebody just
urgently
randomly
check
just
the
start
nearby
shooting.
park for the suspect.
Especially in just a enclosed area like that, like a basement. Like, what is
Yeah, I see
going
him
on
over
for
here. He's
real,
wearing
my
that
dude?
green wife
What's your
beater,
problem?
orange pants.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Lay down. Lay down flat. Lay down flat. Wind your arms.
Your units are out with the mail. We'll advise.
Oh, yeah, they pulled up deep on his ass.
Yeah, I got you. Yo, bro. Don't move.
It don't look like he got glaucoma, but then again, I don't know what glaucoma
one
is
today.
supposed to look like on an individual that claims to have glaucoma.
Patch it on, make sure you got no weapons on you, all right? Roll over. There you go.
Stop, Lou.
All right, roll over to the other side, bro.
Oddly enough, officers find no weapon on the suspect, meaning they are still missing a key piece of evidence.
Keep your leg up. Lift up. About to get you up. Go over to this car right here, okay? All right, go ahead and get in, man.
I mean, at least he wasn't like all, combative and whatnot, and trying to cause a whole bunch of problems. I mean, they asked him to get down, he got down.
We
He's
don't need
super
a
compliant.
victim ID, right? This is a known party.
Correct.
Still don't understand why he was just randomly.
Since officers confirm
Shooting
this is
at
indeed
people.
Mark Thomas, the suspect they're looking for, this leads them to believe that Mark dumped his belongings in the park. The incident report also indicates that the temperature at the time was only 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Combining this with the fact that Mark was only wearing a tank top and pants, officers can infer that he likely took off whatever jacket he was wearing and dumped it in the woods, along with the firearm he used to shoot at the AT&T worker.
Hey, man, I'm not going to ask you no question. I just want to know, are you Mark Thomas? Okay. All right, man. So here's the deal. Like I said, I'm not going to ask you no questions or nothing. I don't want you to incriminate yourself. We're just taking you back to the station so you can be interviewed by a couple detectives. Fair enough? All right.
So where'd you see him at, sir?
We're going to follow this path. He's either going to be, when I saw him, I was just turning in and he was near the corner here, so he could either come from the park or from the woods, but he was already on the path at that point.
Okay.
Back at the grandmother's house, officers get more information about the incident and Mark's behavior from the victim himself and the grandmother.
Stood here staring at him, just staring at me. Wherever I want, he just stared.
Yeah, was just following you around the house. Was he just following you around the house or just
Yeah,
while
he
you were there?
he just followed me down the basement.
I asked him.
She asked me to show him where the basement was.
But I had no.
She had no idea what was going
My
on.
Lord.
We both.
I knew his father said he's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
And he.
I mean,
Lord have mercy.
Okay. So we did, I don't know if you did see, but there was an entry, and I don't know if it exited out the back. My partner was downstairs through the furnace stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so were you were over in that area?
I was over back. I can show you where I was. All I heard was a loud shot and knew it was a gunshot.
Okay.
So that's where the bullet. But yeah, that would have.
Yeah.
He came close to getting me. Yeah, I was right here.
Dang.
Following the.
The
why are
phone
they not
line?
showing the? I want to see.
Okay. I still didn't find the actual bullet check. Yeah. Well, no, it's an exit for sure. You can see the exit, but I haven't found the actual bullet check.
Oh, you know what? Is that?
Oh, you found it.
Yep.
Officers now begin their search for Mark's belongings that he may
That's
have dumped in
wild.
the nearby park. Police are especially concerned
Yeah,
since
they good
children
at they
frequent the
goddamn
park
job,
and they don't
shit.
want the gun discovered by a kid.
Cap's gonna check around here, and then
we don't know if he went through the woods, right?
we don't know, but he may have ditched it. So
All you gotta do is find a random coat
said
out
he-
of place.
somewhere around the corner here, but he's not sure if he like tossed his gun or if he tossed his hoodie. So 'cause he's only wearing a tank top.
Find that random out of place coat. Look. Yep.
There we go. Oh no, yeah, we got the gun, magazine, book bag, everything.
Damn. I told you, they was gonna get it off.
Among Mark's dumped belongings
He didn't
was a
have
black
time
hoodie, a Smith & Wesson 380
to drop it
handgun,
and
the magazine
hide
for the
it and,
handgun,
you know,
another
do it the
sweatshirt,
proper
and a beige
way.
backpack
You know,
with
he was
keys,
in
a charging
panic mode.
cord, and a Fanta soda inside. Even though Mark had initially complied with the officers, his behavior would soon drastically change. When he first arrived at the jail, he admitted to having controlled substances in his back pocket to the officer transporting him. The officer then collected 3 pieces of a
Bruh.
blue unknown substance. Mark himself admitted that it was methamphetamine, and and that he ingested it 30 minutes prior. The officer observed that Mark's tongue and lips were blue, confirming those remarks. The suspected methamphetamine was weighed at 3.3 grams.
Wow.
A gunshot residue kit was also collected from Mark. During questioning regarding this item, he admitted to firing a gun that same day. The next morning, an officer monitoring the jail noticed suspicious activity by Mark in his cell. The officer proceeded to investigate, and when he opened the cell door, Mark immediately stood in front of the officer. After telling him to back up, Mark said, "I don't with cops," and charged at the officer. He lunged forward with arms extended and fought with the officer. He struck the officer in the back of the head twice with a closed right fist. The officer was able to get behind Mark and hold him behind his waist. Mark then reached back and attempted to dig his fingertips and nails into the back of the officer's head. He struck the officer 4 additional times in the head with a closed right fist and once with a closed left fist before getting him back in the cell and closing the door. After this incident, it was determined that Mark needed to be moved to the detox cell. When officers attempted to do this, he resisted, and officers had to control his legs and arms to keep him from striking officers. After gaining control over Mark, he was moved to a chair to be checked out by EMS due to the amount of fighting that ensued. It was then determined that Mark should be evaluated because his heart rate was so high. He was transported to University Hospital, and while there were no further incidents, he continued screaming and was sedated. Charges against Mark include felonious assault, discharging a firearm, assault on a police officer, and methamphetamine possession. As part of a plea agreement, he was sentenced to a minimum of 4.5 years in prison and a maximum of 6 years in prison, while also having to surrender his firearm.
Wow, bro. I think that was a very
a simple traffic stop turn.
That was an adequate, I think that was adequate. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, he definitely needed to sit down and deal with taking some time for all the crazy nonsense. That was definitely not okay. But you could definitely tell Buddy was, he wasn't in his right mind. He wasn't in the right state of mind. Being on the meth, being on whatever, other things that he might have been on, and having a mental breakdown. Like, I mean, he was set up for failure at that point. Like, he was going off the deep end if he hadn't already jumped off. So, yeah. I definitely think that was pretty adequate. Like, the fact that he didn't just get a slap on the wrist and gets to go home or go to some, mental institute, and then get out and, ultimately kind of get to go do this again. Yeah, hopefully he gets the actual help he needs. You know what I mean? I know we don't have a whole lot of hope in our justice system as far as the prisons go. But, yeah, hopefully, this is one of those rare cases where Buddy does come out rehabilitated and, is better for this experience and not for it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. It's my thoughts. Those are my opinions. Let me know yours down in the comments below. Catch y'all next one. Peace.